everybody? It's Davey from the 80s, and you are now entering the Cinema Chop Shop. So park your ass right there. And while you're there, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the subscribe button down below. Also, in the link below, I will link my Patreon account. You can become a patron. All you have to do is click the link, and you can recommend movies for me to review and music for me to review. So with that being said, we are looking at a new 2020 film. All right, so for all my horror junkies out there, you see the statues in the back. You already know what time it is. So we are looking at the 2020 version or the remake of Castle Freak. Now, Castle Freak is a Shudder exclusive, I believe. It's also, I think, a Full Moon property and also co-produced by Fangoria. Excuse me. With that being said, let's dive into it. One, how does Castle Freak hold up to the original? Now, as far as entertainment wise, I gotta say the original Castle Freak is better. As far as story wise, the remake is better. The remake does a very good job at telling a very cohesive story. If you are a huge H.P. Lovecraft fan, you're going to love this damn movie because it has tons upon tons upon tons of gems of H.P. Lovecraft scattered all through this movie. And the funny thing about it is, when I watched Castle Freak a while ago, I didn't realize that it's based off of two Lovecraft novels, and they just somehow mixed them together and made them into one. I didn't know that that was the case. With that being said, now I understand that why the 2020 remake has all of these little Lovecraft gems scattered all over the place. Essentially, now another thing I loved about this is freaking Castle Freak 2020 has a banging soundtrack. I know you heard that motorcycle. Sorry, live on a busy street. With that being said, Castle Freak has a dope soundtrack. Like, I mean, literally a dope soundtrack. And it's funny because one of the songs that caught me from the beginning, it has a cameo from the freaking saxophone player from Lost Boys. So that song that's playing in the movie, when I looked it up, the music video has a cameo from the saxophone player from Lost Boys, and I thought that was pretty damn cool. So in order, weird little tie-in, but I digress. The story go. There is one major difference in Castle Freak, and there is a gender swap of a specific character in the movie that I'm not going to name, but it doesn't hurt the story. It honestly it does literally nothing to the story. It's kind of minuscule in my opinion. Um, Outside of that, like I said, it does a really good job at telling the story. Like, you know, like when you watch the original Castle Freak, you're just like, okay, there's this dude living in the basement, got abused for being ugly, tight, you know. But this movie does a better job at explaining what Castle Freak is, the mythology behind it, and that's where it brings into all these cool little Lovecraft gems. There's I can't talk about it, so I'll just leave this little gap at the end, and I'll warn you ahead of time. There is a very dope cameo in this movie, not a cameo as in an actor, but a character in this movie where you're just gonna like, oh snap, like dang, that's crazy. Like, I mean, it's really, really good, and it comes all the way at the end of the movie. So if you're going to watch this movie, make sure you wait for the end credits. With that being said, the movie does a really good job at telling a story. The only flaw with it is that the characters fucking suck. Like, the people acting in this movie are just so freaking trash. Like, especially the dude that plays, they call him the professor. My God, he's annoying. Like, his acting skills are freaking horrible. And it's like, if he's going to lead into whatever ideas that they have later down the line, I really hope that they just reconsider that, because he's a freaking terrible actor. I don't like him. He annoys the hell out of me because he doesn't know how to act. I don't know what he's doing up there. I mean, most of the people in this movie don't know how to act, but damn it, he takes the cake. He is freaking horrible, like badly, really, really badly. Um, Man, that took me out of it. But like I said, soundtrack's banging, story wise, really good. I mean, if you're into like the Lovecraft things, you're probably gonna really, really, really get a kick out of this. I did. It was fun to watch. It's not like something where I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's an instant classic. It's not an instant classic by far. It's okay. It's to me, I think as far as enjoyability, the original Castle Freak takes the cake. As far as like storytelling, this movie does a really good job at telling a story. If they could somehow take the two and merge them together, I mean, that would be something excellent. Even the kills in this movie were kind of lackluster. I mean, old girl's scar on her forehead, the one that goes blind. If you've seen the original Castle Freak, you know what the hell I'm talking about. So don't try to act all surprised. Old girl's scar on her head looks so damn fake. It was driving me crazy the whole time. And the one thing about Castle Freak, like I said, is it's one of my guilty pleasures. I remember the homie, shout out to David Mendez, back in high school, put me on to Castle Freak. We used to talk about all these hypothetical versus battles. He was like, yo, what about Castle Freak? And I'm like, who the hell is Castle Freak? And he's one of those full moon freaking monsters that you never really hear about. And I wasn't until I got a lot older and I started collecting movies where I was like, okay, let me check out this damn movie. And I pretty much enjoyed it. I honestly like the design of the original Castle Freak more so than the new one. Call me old fashioned, but I just do. Like the new Castle Freak's okay, pretty cool design, but I just don't dig it like that. Like I just wasn't into it. It was cool, but it wasn't as good as the original in my opinion. But like I said, dope soundtrack, whack ass cast, uh, dope story, tight cameo at the end. Professor in the movie is whack. He drags down this movie every fucking scene that he's in. Every scene the professor's in, he drags it down and just muddies the hell out of it. Other than that, it's all right. I mean, everybody else's acting is pretty shitty, but it's you can deal with it. If you're used to watching really like 80s movies, then you can deal with bad acting. Okay. But it's just certain aspects of bad acting where you're just like, fuck, I don't think I can do this. I don't really think I could survive this. Can't survive it. I can't do it. I can't put up with more of this, you know? But outside of that, it's an okay movie. 2.5 out of 5. 2.5 out of 5. For those of you that don't know what the hell 2.5 is, 2.5 out of 5. Um, that's my review. That's my grade. It's been stamped. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. Just drop it in the comment section down below. And then go ahead and go to Shudder, watch it. I mean, if you're an old school horror junkie, I think watching Castle Freak will tickle your fancy because it brings back nostalgia. So it has everything that you want in like the vibes of an old school movie, but just that acting, I just expected more. Well, that's my review. Let me know if you agree, disagree. But until next time, adios. See you.